What happened was, when the Pandavas completed their Vanavasa and their Ajnatavasa, and they sent their request to the Kauravas that they should, their rightful kingdom of Indraprastha should be returned to them, Duryodhana responded by saying that I will not shoot Tyagara, I will not even give enough land for them to keep even one pin. Now then, the only option left is to fight and take back their rightful kingdom. But then Krishna said, give me one last chance, I will take a peace proposal. I will go and propose to Duryodhana that forget about Indraprastha and all that, just give 5 villages, they will be happy with, the Pandavas will be happy with that, they will not trouble you anymore. I want to take a peace proposal. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, okay, please go. Then Krishna came with the peace proposal to Hastinapura. At that time, Duryodhana thought, okay, Krishna is bringing a proposal on behalf of the Pandavas, so let me make some elaborate arrangements. He made big arrangements in his palace, and he had luxurious bedspreads and lot of servants and lot of good food, big feast he organized everything, thinking that okay, when he comes I will take care of Krishna, and by obligating him I will take him on my side, I'll switch him over to my side. This was Duryodhana's thinking. When Krishna came to Hastinapura, he did not go to Duryodhana's palace. Instead, he went to Vidura's house. Duryodhana is the king. He is the prince. He is the prince regent. After Dhritarashtra, he is the next emperor of the world. And Vidura, who is Vidura? He is just an advisor to the king. And that too because he was the king's younger brother. Once Duryodhana would ascend the throne, he would throw Vidura also out. Vidura practically had no position. He was a simple advisor to the to Dhritarashtra, that's all. And in the Varnashrama system also, he was considered a Shudra because he was born of a maid servant. So he was not given any due, any exalted position in the society. And hence, it was not expected that Krishna, who was born in a Kshatriya family, he is a king, he is the king of the Yadavas, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is coming. And he is going to Vidura's house. And what did Vidura offer him? Vidura made him sit in one place, then he brought some bananas. He did not bring any dry fruits, he did not bring badam and walnut and all. He just brought some simple bananas. And he was looking at Krishna's lotus face. He peeled the bananas, threw away the banana fruit, and gave the banana skin to Krishna. And what did Krishna do? Did he chastise Vidura? Hey, useless fellow, what do you think? I am supreme personality of Godhead. I have come to your house, you don't know how to receive me? No. Krishna took that banana peel. He saw Vidura is offering me this with so much love and affection. Because Krishna was absorbed in looking at Krishna, he forgot which is fruit, which is skin. And unknowingly he gave the peel to Krishna. Krishna said, he is offering me with so much love and affection. How can I refuse? Krishna took that banana peel and ate it. Look at Krishna's love and affection. Can you or I do it? If somebody whom we love, suppose some of us, somebody has a girlfriend, loves her very much, he goes to her house, she takes a banana peel and gives you, will you eat? You will throw it at her face and say, relationship is broken today. Break up. You don't know what to feed me also. But look at Krishna. He is thinking, he is offering me with so much love, how can I refuse? Let me eat it. And Krishna is eating. Krishna refused the luxuries of the palace, went to the simple household of Vidura. Krishna refused the big feast that Duryodhana had kept. He took the banana peel from Vidura's hands. So this is the love of Krishna. Which fool will not surrender unto that supreme wonderful Lord Krishna and serve him? This is what the Bhagavatam is saying, and we have to understand the glories, the wonderful, glorious qualities of Krishna. And if we hear about the wonderful glories and qualities of Krishna, you cannot help but surrender unto him. This is the message of the Srimad Bhagavatam.